you? I hope you're well. So, I thought I'd catch a moment to do a little video for you guys about the video to Yes, You Can Touch My Hair, or You Can Touch My Hair, or Can You? By Taryn Guy. I found the video very intriguing. It was really good. I liked it anyway. I liked it, and I like to hear different opinions from the women who agreed that people can touch their hair, and from the women who were not so keen on it. And everybody's different. Not everybody is gonna be the same about having people touch their hair. Now, me personally, I don't have a problem with somebody asking if they can touch my hair. Yes, you asked me first. I don't want to be walking down the street and feeling fingers in my hair. But I don't have a problem with it, because I believe that knowledge is power, and education is the key. And we have to be able to educate other people about our hair. We do a lot of complaining about not having our hair products in stores, where we'll be able to go into our local grocery shop and be able to pick up products along the way for our hair. And how are we ever going to get that or have that if we don't allow people to be educated, if we don't allow people to educate themselves, i.e. we're touching our hair? I'm not saying that we are animals in a cage and people just stick their hands in and start stroking us. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if someone was to approach you, or you strike up a conversation with someone, and they were like, do you mind if I can touch your hair? Okay, you either say yes or no, but there's nothing wrong with saying yes. You can touch me. Yeah, go ahead. They're not going to be like stroking, do you know what I mean? They're going to just like feel it like this, and they're going to realise that our hair isn't how everybody says it is, rough, tough, and dry, and all that kind of stuff. It's far from it, Our hair is beautiful, and it's so versatile. We can do so many things with our hair. I do so many things with my hair, and I love the fact that I can change my hair on a weekly basis. I absolutely love it, because without that, then it wouldn't be me. And I just want to tell you guys something that happened, before this whole video thing came about. And what it is that I was on the train, and I was sitting opposite a white guy, and he was staring at me, and it just so happened at the time I looked up and we both caught eye contact. He smiled, I smiled, and I looked back down again. I was doing something. I think I was like looking at my phone, and then I looked up again, and we caught eye contact again. He smiled, I smiled, and he said, I'm really sorry, but I am fascinated by your beauty. And I said, thank you. I didn't know what to say. No, thank you. And he goes, your hair is absolutely gorgeous. I love your hair. Like that that green is just out there. It's showing people that here I am with my natural hair. I'm bold, I'm beautiful, and hey, say what? And I felt so sweet, because I was like, wow, like a compliment from a white guy that is embracing what I have. I have this hair. He doesn't. Any white woman that he's going to date doesn't have my versatility, doesn't have my beauty, and it's fantastic. And he went on to say that, black women, I've been admiring black women and their hair for so long, and a lot of women with afro hair. He didn't say natural, he said afro hair. And he said, it's wonderful when I see, women of colour embrace themselves and don't hide underneath the weaves, the wigs, the relaxers, and so forth and so forth. And I said, okay. I goes, well, that's nice to hear that, because there are other women out there who would love to hear these kind of compliments from a guy like you, a white guy, and it may give that person that boost to maybe go natural or embrace themselves a little bit more. It's not just about the natural hair, but embrace themselves a little bit more. And he was like, yes, there's times that I may admire a woman's hair, or just admire, a woman of colour, and she gives me a look as in, why are you looking at me kind of thing. So much attitude, he says, with it. And in a way, he said, sometimes that kind of puts him off, because he doesn't know whether he wants to look at their hair or my hair, or even pay them a compliment. And he says he was kind of thinking the same when he saw me. But because I looked up and I smiled, he was like, okay, here's my chance. Let me strike up a conversation with her about her hair. Sorry. And so I was like, yeah, go forth. I don't mind you asking me about my hair, because it's all about educating people who don't have my hair texture to be able to understand that our hair isn't a certain way. And when I said to him, isn't a certain way, he goes, I know exactly what you mean, because he goes, I work with, women of colour. Because he never said black women. He said women of colour. And he goes, they're very, very sensitive about their hair. He goes, they're very sensitive about their hair. They come into work maybe once a month with a new hairstyle, and he goes, I find it intriguing. And he goes, sometimes I want to touch, but they'll say, don't touch my hair, what you think you're doing, or give him that kind of look, like, what are you looking at? It's normal that I change my hair. He goes, yes, it's normal, but he goes, to me, it's fascinating, because you can do so many things with your hair. You can have a weave one day, have extensions the other, colour it, cut it. He goes, one day it's long, the next day it's short. He goes, it totally confuses me. And it made me laugh, because he was being very honest and open and truthful about how he felt. And so he was like, well, I'll come into my stop, but before I leave, if you don't mind, can I touch your hair? And I was like, okay, yeah. Because to me, it was like, oh, okay then. But okay, yeah. And he felt it, and he didn't break his hand through. He just kind of like, went like that. And he goes, it's so soft. He goes, it's lovely. He goes, it's like wool, it's like cotton candy. And I said, oh, thank you. He goes, I've never touched, a woman of colour's hair, because he goes, he had dated a black lady, but she had worn weaves for the whole of their relationship. He said that. I think that's what he said. For the whole of the relationship, she wore weaves, and he never got to see her natural hair. Never got to see her natural hair. Because he was always in a weave, and he goes, when she got her weave done, I was not allowed to touch that area. Wasn't allowed. And he goes, I just didn't understand. She was going off to the hairdressers, spending, £200 to get her weave done, come back, and he goes, I wasn't allowed to admire it, enjoy the hair, or enjoy her, or this hairstyle, because she wouldn't allow me to go near it. And he just wanted to see where this money was going. And he was like, thank you, because, I know how it feels. And he goes, it's lovely. And he goes, it's really bad that I thought that the reason why she didn't want me to touch her natural hair is because it must be, dry or brittle or just not nice. And he goes, at that time, he said he had quite a negative thought about natural hair, or black women's hair, because he goes, he was never allowed to touch it. So he goes, well, there must be something wrong with it if I'm not allowed to touch it. But then as he grew and he educated himself and he learned a lot more, he realized that is not so, but still hadn't actually been able to touch, Afro hair. But he had always admired from afar, and like I said, the more he grew and educated himself, he learned to love it even more. And that made me feel really good. So thank you. That made me feel good. So to end this video, because I don't want to make it too long, is yes, you can touch my hair. I don't mind you touching my hair, because the knowledge is power, and education is the key to everything. And if I want to be able to see our hair products in the store, then it has to take for us to be able to be open them gates to knowledge, and say yes. And that is it for me, really. Yeah, you can leave your comments and everything below. I know there's going to be a lot of people who are going to disagree with me, but at the end of the day, I am not my hair. My hair doesn't define me. It just shows you a glimpse into who I am and my personality. So you touching my hair isn't going to make my hair fall out. You know, I don't feel like an animal in a zoo, lined up. You touch my hair. It's nothing like that. It's just about